This practice is focused on the hips and the hip flexors and opening up those areas. Oftentimes we sit and we're in a position that shorten the muscles and don't really allow for expansion. Then that tightness can lead to pain in the knees and the back and the shoulders and the feet, and maybe even in the hips. This is a great practice for longevity, for flexibility, for mobility, and for overall health and wellness. Get on your yoga mat and I'll meet you there. Make your way to your side fetal position. So knees are slightly bent and then the feet are stacked on top of one another, kind of like a clamshell. This top right leg, or your left, it doesn't matter, but the top leg and the top knee will open up like a clamshell. Notice that my feet are still stacking on top of one another. I'm going to bring my right hand or the top hand to my hip to make sure that my hip isn't opening all the way up, that it's still square. And then bring my right knee down. On an inhale, bring that right knee up. Keep the hip square. Right knee comes down. Exhale. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. And you'll start to feel this in the butt, in the glute. You can keep doing this. This is a nice little exercise to open up, strengthen, so that we can open up our hips. Good. Give me 3 more slow and controlled movements. Make sure those hips stay square. Nice. I'm going to scoot to the middle of my mat, come to my back, open up butterfly pose, both hands lightly pressing the thighs open here. 3 breaths in and out of your nose, as deep as you can make them. Then you'll roll to the opposite side and we'll come to a fetal position on the opposite side here. Knees stack on top of one another. Bring that top hand to your hip. And again, inhale, open up the hips. Exhale, close the hips. Different activation here, but still breathing nice and deep. Making sure the hips stay square. Give me 3 more, slow and controlled. Good. Then we'll come back to that butterfly position, roll onto your back, hands lightly pressing at the thighs here. 3 breaths. Really good. Roll those knees, hug those knees together and then come to an all fours position, hands and knees. Okay, move some things around here and let the big toes touch. Walk the knees out, mat width distance, maybe even wider. Then set the seat back, child's pose, wide leg position. And you can bring your hands right in front of you so that your forehead is kind of propped up here on the backs of the hands. chest can come down and touch the mat, and breathe. And your deepest breaths that you can, sometimes there's a tendency to hold your breath when we're deepening into a stretch. But let's do the opposite of that and allow our muscles the space, allow our mind the space to get deeper into our flexibility. And if you can, widen out those knees. So I bring my forearms down, then I widen those knees out even more, and then return child's pose. This will feel nice and intense. Maybe nice is the wrong word. It'll feel intense, and you'll be using your body weight, no extra weight, just your body weight to open up into the hips and open up maybe those stuck areas that don't get a lot of opening here. 3 more breaths. Bring that chest down to the mat. Good. Then slowly come up. It should feel good. Knees back. And then hip flexors. Come all the way down to the mat, belly down. Bend one knee and reach back with the right hand. So if the right knee is bent, bring it back with the right hand and pull your heel close to your butt. Now for some, this is going to be so easy. So maybe your heel can go to the outside of your hip. Maybe you can pull it down, and if you want to use your other hand to help, you can. This helps our hip flexor, the top of the leg, and that connection there to open us up so that we can actually move the leg, really get full range of motion and mobility. Let's switch here. Grab the opposite foot. Again, breathing nice and deep. There's a tendency to hold your breath, but make the breath deep. Good. And then grab both feet here. And bring both feet down here. See if you can, again, maybe to the outsides of your hips. Just bring the heel in as much as you can. Good. Then let's come up to a seated position. Now you get to see if you have a little bit more space in the hips to sit in a nice seat. Bring your hands at your heart center. Make your spine nice and long, and as if the top of your head is being pulled up to the ceiling. Sit up nice and straight. Close your eyes. And it's said that emotions and stuck emotions can be stored in the hips. So let's push positivity and happiness and those thoughts of positivity to the forefront of our mind so that that positivity can trickle down into the hips and push out any negativity or stored up emotions that need to be released. Tell yourself a positive affirmation, affirm yourself. And then to end this practice, the light in me bows and honors the light in you. And as we bow our head below our hearts, we'll say to each other, Namaste. practicing, and thank you for being here. Let me know below how your hips feel, and I'd love to see you in my next class, my next video. If you'd like to end your practice with a bigger meditation, I have many resources there for you, or check out another one of my videos and extend your yoga practice. I hope to see you in my next video. Have a great rest of your day.